The rich will strive to establish their dominion and enslave the rest. They always have, they always will. That's just the reality of life. We know now that 1% of the world's population owns 40% of their wealth. How did that happen? That didn't happen just because they're more ambitious than we are. That happened because they created a money creation system that enslaves us to labor for them. You don't have to create money by borrowing it. You can just create the money as long as it's only created for things of value. So there shouldn't be any taxes. We shouldn't pay taxes for our schools and for our health care, and we shouldn't pay insurance. Those kind of things are just ways to leech money from our productivity. Leech it from us and give it to them. Support the top 20% that are the ruling elite because they're scrambling to take the scraps from Longshank's table, and Longshanks are the big international bankers. So all the oil companies and all the manufacturers, all the big pharma and all of that, they're just trying to grab as much money off of us as they can because they see that the people who are running this, all of this monetary system, are grabbing all the money that they can. So this is an insane system. We can't have a healthcare system under a directive that says profit is the primary objective. That's insane. You can't do that. Healthcare is a compassionate profession. It's something that you do because you really are interested in helping people. But our healthcare system is more involved with who gets paid what, for when and how much and by whom, and it has nothing to do with the compassion. All our good people in the medical profession are frustrated, so frustrated, because their hands have been tied now by, what do they call it? They got evidence-based medicine. Evidence-based medicine. Doctors have lost their ability to use their intuition. They don't want them to use their intuition. They want facts as to why they should pay somebody for something. Well, that's insane. Healthcare isn't about who gets paid for what. Healthcare is about making people healthy. In a monetary system like we have now, which dictates that profits are important and necessary and primary to the existence of their monetary system, that means you cannot ever get the funding to produce a video that will teach people what's good for them to eat, what's bad for them to eat, how to maintain their health, how to keep their bodies healthy, because that doesn't make a profit for anybody. No, the people aren't going to pay for that, but the government of Advise and Assist needs to make that video and show the people what's the best way to keep in good health. We can't do that under a current money creation system. This money creation system we have is enslaving us, is creating the wars that we have to fight. Wars, God. We can't get our boys to kill innocent people, so now we have hired 200,000 mercenaries to take the job away from our soldiers. And still our soldiers coming back are committing suicide at an incredible rate. I think the number is 17 a day. That's insane. This is just for the aggrandizement of the rich. We cannot do this anymore. When we change over in a transition party, our philosophy, as far as foreign policy is concerned, is that the natural resources of the country are the sovereign property of their people, and they're not ours to steal or exploit for our comfort, our consumerism, or our corporations. We can't keep doing this. We can't keep killing people because we want what they have and then pretend like we're good Christian people who are loving the world. I mean, World War I, the civilian casualty rate was 10%. In World War II, it went to 50%. In the Vietnam War, it went to 70%. 70% of all the deaths in Vietnam were civilians who were working their rice bodies, trying to feed their families and stay alive. That's crazy. We're now in Iraq and Afghanistan, and the civilian casualty rate is 90%. 90%. We're going for 100. Why don't we just bomb everybody and kill everybody? Those people who are waiting for Armageddon, stop waiting. We're living it right now. We're creating Armageddon. We are responsible for the deaths of the innocents, for the slaughter of the innocent. We have got to take the power and control away from these people to the people where it properly belongs. We have to be intelligent enough to understand that we can create the money transparently on a grassroots level and use it in exchange all over the world. As long as we only make money for things of value, then that money will never be inflationary and should be easily, freely exchanged throughout the world. The way you make money transparent is all money that's created is created transparently. What does that mean? Well, you have banking systems that exist right now. We'll keep the same banking system. We'll use the same dollar and cent systems that we use now. But any time a local society, a local community makes money to pay Mrs. Smith to teach their children biology, then Mrs. Smith's salary is posted there, and the administrator's salary is posted there, and the vice principal's salary is posted there, and what they paid for pencils and papers and books. Every single dime that is made transparently, so that everybody in the world can see what it was made for. Now that money that we make as value to represent value that we create for society is all tagged with its origin. The money is tagged with its origin, so that any time somebody is taking money from somebody else, they can understand that the money they're getting was made in 2012 in Peoria, Illinois, to pay Mrs. Smith. It's good money. It's value money. You'll understand that that money is valuable and that you can accept it. Money creation, when we transfer over to a value-based money creation system, everybody who has money now keeps the money they have now. It just becomes tagged and identified as, this is David's money at the day of transition. This is what he had. This is the total he had, and this is part of that. If we do that, then the people who have ill-begotten gains, we won't be as anxious to trade their money for things. I don't have all the answers. All I know is that we have to take the power of money creation away from the evil people who are currently creating it, because it's killing all